Creo que está acá. Ok, bueno. Vamos a trabajar el día de hoy con el Students Book, por favor, página 24. ¿Está Marco? No. Okay. Here we have a vocabulary list. And we have a creature, an animal, frequent, happening often, logical is something based on clear thinking, extreme, very unusual or very bad, a body of water, it's a lake, a pond, or an ocean, inspire, to give someone the idea to do something, and attack, to try to hurt someone. So with this information, we're going to go to page 155. And we are going to answer this exercise. Here, wait a second. Esperen porque se ve feo. No me deje escribir. Okay, here we're going to write the value of the month. The motto and the date. Today is Monday, October 11th, 2021. Okay. So we are going to write, we're going to answer this exercise. So it says, when storms are frequent, that means they happen sometimes, often, or every day. They are frequent. So they occur
every day.
Often.
They occur often, a menudo. Okay, number 2, everyone likes to work with Rosa. They say that she's logical. That means she is clear thinking, extreme, or unusual.
Clear thinking.
She is clear thinking. Okay. Number 3, a creature could be any type of
Animal.
Animal.
Okay, yes. Number 4, the book inspired Lee White to get more exercise. It
Gave him the idea.
it gave him the idea. Thank you very much. Number 5, Because of the extreme weather conditions, school was canceled. That means that the weather conditions were
Very bad and unusual.
very bad and unusual. Number 6, a body of water is
A lake,
A pond, or an ocean.
a lake, a pond, or an ocean. Number 7, don't come too close to the tigers. They can attack and
Hurt you.
hurt you. Okay, really easy. May I erase?
Yes, teacher.
No,
Espérame, ahorita lo vuelvo a poner.
gracias. Teacher,
Mande.
disculpe, ¿a eso nada más es captura o si es una página?
Es la página 155. ¿Ya puedo borrar?
Yes, teacher.
Sí, Miss.
Okay, now we are going to go back to page 24. I am going to play the audio so you can listen and check the pronunciation of the words. You have to follow the reading, and then we are going to make a loud voice reading. So pay attention, please.
Strange rain. What's falling from the sky? Not long ago, a man in a village in Serbia looked up and saw a strange dark cloud in the sky. Suddenly, hundreds of frogs were falling from the cloud onto the road. A similar event occurred in Hungary 5 years later, when falling frogs surprised shoppers during a storm. The same year, hundreds of small fish fell on the tiny town of Lajamanu, Australia. Since early times, there have been reports of frogs, fish, worms, and other creatures falling from the sky. In 200 BCE, a Greek historian reported that it often rained fishes near his home. In Euro-Honduras, the rain of fish was at one time so frequent that the town celebrates the Festival of Rain of Fishes every year. Strange rain is not limited to living creatures. In 1969, people in Punta Gorda, Florida, reported a sudden storm of golf balls. Where does this strange rain come from? A writer named Charles Fort was fascinated by these reports. In the early 1900s, he collected more than 60,000 newspaper articles about different forms of strange rain. Although most people who hear about strange rain assume these are just stories, Fort disagreed. He felt there had to be a scientific explanation, yet his own explanations were not particularly scientific. He suggested that an ocean in the clouds might be the cause of the rain. In another idea, he suggested that perhaps the frogs were from a spaceship that had exploded far above the Earth. Most people can agree that Fort's explanations are probably not correct. However, the reports have been frequent enough that experts believe there must be some logical explanation. Today, scientists believe that this strange rain is the result of extreme weather. When powerful winds, especially tornadoes, move over a lake or river, they may pick up the water and everything in it, including fish and frogs. The strong winds then move across land, often for very long distances. The town of Lajamanu, Australia, for example, is more than 300 miles, or 482 kilometers, away from a body of water. When the wind becomes weaker, everything falls to the ground, resulting in strange rain. Strange rain goes to Hollywood. These reports of strange rain have inspired books, television programs, and movies. The Sharknado movies are probably the most well-known movies about creatures that fall from the sky. In these movies, a powerful tornado picks up shark-filled water from the ocean. It drops the water, along with the sharks, across the city of Los Angeles. As they fall through the air, the sharks attack hundreds of people. No one takes these movies seriously, but they are extremely popular. Strange Rain makes a good story.
Okay. So now we're going to read in loud voice. So these ones. Paola, could you please start reading the red section?
Yes, teacher. What's falling from the sky? Not long ago, a man in a village in Syria looked up and saw a strange dark cloud in the sky. Suddenly, hundreds of frogs were falling from the cloud onto the road. A similar event occurred in Hungary 5 years later, when falling frogs surprised shoppers during a storm. The same year, hundreds of small fish fell on the tiny town in Lahamunu, Australia.
Thank you. Manuel, please continue with the purple section.
Since early times, there have been reports of frogs, fish, worms, and other creatures falling from the sky. In 200 BCE, a wake storm reported at its often rainy species near his home. In Yoro, Honduras, the rain of fish was at one time so frequent that the festival of rain of fishes every year. Strange rain is not limited to living creatures. In 1969, people in Punta Gorda, Florida, reported a sudden storm of golf balls.
Okay, Manuel, thank you. Marlene, the orange section, please.
Where does this strange rain come from? A reader named Charles Ford was fascinated by these reports in the early 1990. He called more than 1,600 newspapers,
60,000.
articles, thousand
60,000. Todo
article.
completo.
16,000 newspaper
60.
articles.
Porque estás
60.
diciendo 16,000.
Okay.
60.
60,000 newspaper articles about different forms of strange rain, although most people who heard about strange rain assume these are just stories for disagreed. He felt there had to be a scientific explanation, yet his own explanations were not particularly scientific.
Ok. Hay que respetar los signos de puntuación, Marlene, por favor. Gerardo, the green section, please.
He suggested that an ocean in the clouds might be the causing rain. In another idea, he suggested that perhaps the frogs were from a spaceship that had floated far above the air. Most people can agree that both explanations are probably not correct. However, the reports have been frequent enough that experts believe there must be some logical explanation.
Thank you. Lily, the blue section, please.
Today, science believes that this strange rain is the result of extreme weather. When powerful winds, especially tornadoes, move over a lake or river, they may pick up the weather and everything in it, including fish and frogs. The strong winds they move across land, often for very long distance.
Okay, Michelle, the yellow section, please.
The town of Lahaman, Australia, for example, is more than 300 miles or 482 kilometers away from a body of water. When the wind becomes weaker, everything falls to the ground, resulting in strange rain. A strange rain goes to Hollywood. These reports of strange rain have inspired books, television programs, and movies.
Carla, the pink section, please.
The Sharknado movies are probably the most well-known movies about creatures that fall from the sky. In these movies, a powerful tornado picks up shark-filled water from the ocean. It drops the water along with the sharks across the city of Los Angeles. As they fall through the air, the sharks attack hundreds of people. No one takes these movies seriously, but they are extremely popular. A Strange Rain makes a good story.
Okay, thank you very much. Dulce, red section.
What falling from the sky? Not that long ago, a man in a village in Serbia looked it up and saw a strange dark cloud in the sky. Suddenly, hundreds of frogs were falling from the cloud onto the road. A similar event occurred in Hungary 5 years later, when one fish fell on the area.
Ya no hay nada. Marisol, purple section.
Since early times, there have been reports of frogs, fish, worms, and other creatures falling from the sky. In 2000 BCE, 200, a great historian reported that it often rains fishes near his home. In Yoro, Honduras, the rain of fish was at one time so frequent that the two celebrated the Festival of Rains and Fishes every year. Strange rain is not limited to living creatures. In 1969, people in Punta Gorda, Florida, report a sudden storm of golf balls.
Ok, Marisol, acuérdate que los años se leen en dos partes. 1969. Gracias. Mildred, orange section.
Where does this strange rain come from? A great named Charles Ford was fascinated by these reports in the early 1900s. He collected more than 60,000 newspapers articles about different forms for strange rain. Although most people who heard about strange rain assumed these are just stories. For this rate, he held there had to be a scientific explanation. His own explanation here not particular scientific.
Okay, Mildred, thank you. Fanny, the green section.
He suggested that an ocean in the clouds may be the cause of the rain. In another idea, he suggested that perhaps the frogs were from a spaceship that had explored for about the Earth. Most people can agree that four explanations are probably not correct. However, the reports have been frequent enough that experts believe there must be some logical explanation.
Thank you. Paola ya leyó. Iris. No. Lucia, continue, please.
Teacher.
Leo?
Sí, Lucia, por favor.
Today, science believes that this strange rain is the result of extreme weather. When powerful winds, especially tornadoes, move over a lake or river, they may pick up the weather and everything in it, including fish and frogs. The strong winds they move across land of them for very long distance.
Dulce.
¿Yo?
Dulce.
Aquí estoy, teacher. ¿La otra parte?
Lo que sigue.
The blue part.
No, lo que sigue. No estabas poniendo atención, Dulce.
Yes, teacher, pero me perdí como ya había leído. Pues
Lo amarillo.
The town of Lehamenu, Australia, for example, is more than 300,000.
No, 300,000 no.
No.
300.
300, yes. Or 482 kilometers away from a body of water. When the wind becomes weaker, everything falls to the ground, resulting in a strange rain. A strange rain goes to Hollywood. This report of strange rain have inspiring books, television programs, and movies.
Valeria.
The Sharknado movie are probably the most well-known movies about creatures that fall from the sky. In these movies, a powerful tornado, freak-out shark spills water from the ocean. It drops the water along with the sharks across the city of Los Angeles. As they fall through the air, the sharks attack hundreds of people. No one takes these movies seriously, but they are extremely popular. Extreme rain makes a good story.
Okay, thank you. So with this information, we are going to answer this
Me falto
exercise.
yo.
¿Quién me faltó?
Yo, Ismael.
Ismael, perdóname, Ismael. Espérame. Léeme el primer párrafo, por favor.
Okay. What falling from the sky? Not long ago, a man in Village in Siberia looked up and saw a strange dark cloud in the sky. Suddenly, hundreds of frogs were falling from the cloud onto the road. A similar event occurred in Hungary 5 years later, when falling frogs surprised shoppers during a storm. The same year, hundreds of small fish fell on the tiny town of Lamanu, Australia.
Okay, thank you, Ismael. Okay, so now with that information, we are going to answer, oh my God, these exercises. We have, which statement best describes the main idea of the article? Strange rain has no logical explanation. Extreme weather can bring strange forms of rain. Strange rain has a long history. Strange rain, no. Extreme weather can bring strange forms of rain. Now, what's falling from the sky? Frogs? What else?
Sharks, worms.
No, porque no, en realidad nunca han caído tiburones y gracias al cielo.
Mention.
Frogs, what else? Lo que sí ha caído.
Fish,
Fish. ¿Por qué estoy escribiendo en blanco? What else? Golf balls. Y falta un animal más. Bastante feito.
Worms.
Worms. Imagínense que de repente empiezan a caer gusanos del cielo. Qué asco. Okay. Where does this strange rain come from? Ocean, in the clouds. What else?
tornadoes,
No. Spaceship that exploded. Y otro más. Because of the extreme weather. Strange rain goes to Hollywood. Sharknado
Yes, the
movies. Sharknado movies. Okay. I am going to reread lines 8 to 9 and 25 to 27 in the article. And you are going to think about the phrases at one time and take it seriously. Y vamos a ver cuál es la respuesta. Okay. So I'm going to read 8 and 9. And it says, in 200 BCE, a Greek historian reported that it often rained fishes near his home. In Yoro, Honduras, the rain of fish was at one time so frequent that the town celebrates the Festival of Rain of Fishes every year. And says the expression at one time means that it happened once, it happened at a time in the past, it happened a long time ago.
It happened at the time in the past.
It happened at a time in the past. Very good. Now I'm going to reread 25 to 27. In these movies, a powerful tornado picks up shark-filled water from the ocean. It drops the water along with the sharks across the city of Los Angeles. As they fall through the air, the sharks attack hundreds of people. No one takes these movies seriously, but they are extremely popular. Strange Rain makes a good story. So take something seriously. To think something is real and important, to think something is dangerous, or to want to buy something.
To think sometimes.
To think sometimes is real and important.
To think something is real and important. Ok.
¿Tomamos screenshot, Miss?
No, lo tienes que copiar en tu libro.
¿Qué página es esa, perdón?
1025. 1025, dije.
Gracias.
Ok, bueno, para el día de mañana necesito, por favor, que cada uno de ustedes, ay no, creo que ustedes van a ir a la escuela, ¿verdad?
Sí, mis.
Mañana ustedes tienen que ir a la escuela, ¿verdad?
Sí.
Bueno, ahorita voy a checar. De todas
Sí, pero
maneras,
volvemos a...
pero regresan a clases, ¿no?
Sí,
Bueno, ahorita checo porque lo que pasa es que mañana tenemos que realizar una actividad sobre la coronación de la Virgen en clase. Pero, pues si a la hora que lo íbamos a hacer ustedes no están, pues ya no sé cómo le vamos a hacer. Entonces ahorita me voy a organizar con Miss Katia y ya que tenga respuesta, les mando mensaje en el grupo de WhatsApp que hice. ¿Ok? Y ya les aviso qué es lo que vamos a hacer. ¿Sale? En realidad no tienen que preparar nada, nada más sería creo que una flor blanca, pero pues esa como quiera, se consigue. ¿Ok? Bueno, entonces yo les aviso al ratito que Miss Katia me resuelva y ya para que sepan lo que vamos a hacer. ¿Sale? Gracias por su asistencia, bonita tarde, cuídense mucho.
Goodbye.